Welcome to the Shallow Pockets Podcast. Enjoy.
All right, guys, welcome back to the second edition of Shallow Pockets.
Here we are.
Today, we're going to interview Adam, but first, I want to catch up with you guys in your week. I don't think we've talked too much throughout this week. I know me, Adam, and Luke had a pretty, we had a pretty interesting outing. I'm not sure about you, Noah. How was your week?
It was good. When did we do the podcast last? Last Tuesday?
Yeah, last Tuesday.
It's been a week.
Yeah, it's been a short week, it feels like, almost. Like, I had school and work. I got promoted, Chili's.
Oh, wow.
So
What'd you get promoted to?
I got promoted to waiter. How you doing?
This is big.
Wow.
This is a big day.
No
for me.
raise, but, you know, I get tips.
You make those tips.
We were playing Fort last night, and Noah goes, "Yeah, I just got my new schedule. It says like SRVR training on it," and he's like, "I don't know what that means." I was like, "Well, considering you just got promoted to server, I'm
God.
assuming that acronym is server." Was I right?
I think so.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
still not confirmed yet. I don't know.
It's
This
exactly
was like
that.
extremely embarrassing, by the way. He's like, "What does SVR mean?"
There's a lot of content.
Or
I didn't know if I
something
got
like
promoted.
that.
I got promoted to get. I don't know. It's okay. It's a brain
was
lapse.
ridiculous.
It's okay.
But we did win two last night.
We did win 2 last night.
Thanks to Tyler on that one. Just fuck you, but yeah.
We had an interesting week.
Did we?
We had one interesting outing at least.
Let me
Like,
ask.
all together.
Oh,
Let me
yeah.
ask, what happened in this outing?
It was insane.
Oh, yeah.
So when was the game?
Oh, the Angels game? When did we
Oh, man. When did we
Saturday
go?
or Friday?
Opening home. Wow, we're really good, guys.
It was an
Thanks for.
It was
No,
an
oh,
opening.
it was the
game.
home opener.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was the
Friday. Home
It's
opener.
Thursday. No, it's Thursday.
Yeah, the Angels home opener.
Not that matters. But yeah, it was the Angels home
clarify.
opener. Yeah, it was one of those games where, let me describe it with one incident. We were all sitting there. We couldn't really see the game because the section in front of us just kept wanting to get in our way. And by the way, we were like in the nosebleeds. This isn't...
We were 500.
We were
500
in
section.
section 500. And in the middle of the game, we see this girl just walking in front of us. And as she's walking, taking a stroll, she's hanging on to what I'm assuming is her boyfriend and just absolutely vomiting all right in front of us.
Yeah.
Just letting it all out.
I think she vomited 7 times in front of us. It
Yeah.
was like 4 in front of us, and then went down the hallway and did like four more times.
Yeah.
And then literally like probably 10 minutes of people walking in the throw up.
Yeah.
They finally blocked it off. It was just ridiculous.
Right.
It was hilarious. We were just
did
laughing
it,
at people.
Did it smell like a shit ton? Were
No,
you
it
guys
actually
close
didn't
enough?
smell at all. It was like, it was mostly water.
We were the closest to it, but we didn't smell it. But it definitely took a solid hour for them to get someone up there to clean it up. So we just had 2 security guards standing on each side of it, make sure people weren't walking in front of it, which was nice because it kept people from standing in front of us, which was happening the entire game.
And I think in the first 20 minutes
I mean,
of it.
wait, hold on. They can see us in the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think in the first 20 minutes, people were just running, like walking through the throw up, and we were literally just sitting there laughing.
One time, I went to a Yankee Angel game with Tyler, and we were like where you guys were, the 500s, like nosebleeds. We were up towards the top where like the roof comes over your head.
Right.
And there are these people, we weren't even like affiliated, like nowhere near us, but they were like, we were in between. We were like right here, and then there were people above us and people below us. This dude, like Superman punched, went like over like 8 rows, knocked the guy out, and then his girlfriend came over, started beating the other girlfriend up. And like everybody's videotaping, just like cheering him on, like, "Oh, fuck him up, fuck him up."
Yeah, when we were
the
there, I
best.
was telling you guys the last time I was there, I saw some chick get hucked like 8 rows. That was with him. She was like 8 rows down.
It was
It was
awesome.
crazy. Not only did that lady throw up all in front of us, which I missed completely, by the way. I didn't see
Yeah, I
a
didn't see
single
Yeah, he
bit of
didn't.
it.
Neither of them noticed. I saw it happening right in front of me, and I couldn't really believe what was going on until like I looked at the ground. I was like, "Nope, that's vomit for
Was it
sure."
projectile?
No, no. She was just kind of throwing up. What's up? Yeah, it was projectile. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Sources say projectile.
Yeah.
Not only that, but we were in 507, and the section right next to us, 506. Like, first of all, no chill. They didn't wait at all for the game to get going. Like, the second inning started, and some dude is blowing up 50 beach balls behind him. Literally 50. Everyone in the section had a
It was
beach
like
ball.
in like 5 families behind us.
Yeah.
Started blowing up like a whole, like just so many beach balls.
I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many beach balls in my like. Literally, it was
Like snowing?
It was literally 50
Yeah.
beach balls.
If
Like,
you're
everybody had
insane.
them.
If you're watching this, we're gonna roll the clip right now, and you can just see it's like a whole like squad of them, and then they start counting down like 3, 2, 1, and it's just this whole like conglomeration of beach balls that just come like flying down. And then the person who was the ticket checker literally came up there just storming. This lady was on a mission.
Yeah, she was
and
on
literally
one,
was
yeah.
like, "You're out of here! You're out of here!" And they had to like talk their way out of it.
Right,
It was,
yeah, and then the actual security guard came and was like, "I'm not going to kick you guys out." And you just see the lady in the corner, like by the section, just pissed beyond belief because like no one's getting thrown out. And you hear the security guards walk by us, and they're like, "Yeah, I told her no one was getting thrown out." And you just see her just death glaring that entire section for the entire game in the corner.
Do you guys like when beach balls like get thrown around?
I tried to start a "We Want Beach Ball" chant.
Yeah. But
No.
you know, it's always nice. Like the little things that happen during the baseball games, what you go for. Like
I don't think-
getting peanuts or having beach balls.
I don't think I watched like a full inning of that game the entire time we were there.
Yeah.
There was too much going on.
There was so much
No, honestly.
entertainment
There's
right
so
in front of us.
there
It
was way
crazy.
too much small. I mean, other small stuff that isn't really worth mentioning. But it was just a whole thing of you can only watch like a pitch at a time, and then something else would happen in front of us.
Well, it was like right in front of us was like the fucking hangout spot for everyone to just meet up with their buddies. And so it was like Larry over here got up, and then friggin' someone out of nowhere came up and showed up, and they just had a conversation like straight where the batter was in front of our line of sight. It was just like fucking ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then we went to Golden Road after, and then had a whole other scene.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So we went to the brewery right across the street from Angel Stadium, and we're like at least 5 minutes into sitting down there. We like look down like straight down the aisleway, and there's just some woman who basically just blacked out right in front of us with her boyfriend, and we're like, we swear to God, if this person throws up in front of us again, we're walking the fuck out of here.
She was laying on the floor in the middle of the brewery,
Yeah.
just on the.
Yeah,
like
no, she passed out. She was
Yeah,
out.
She was out.
She like fell.
And
Not
then the
only that, but
boyfriend-
at the same time, there was a fight in the parking lot.
yeah.
Literally, as they were
So-
carrying her to the bathroom, there were two dudes brawling out in the parking lot.
Well, like before they carried her to the bathroom, the boyfriend tried to pick her up, and then she was like kind of conscious, and then passed out again, and then he didn't even like support her, and just literally,
Yeah.
she just dropped straight back onto the ground. It was
Bro,
like,
like, oh, yeah,
literally,
she's
like,
up.
a nice
Oh,
like
and she's
clap
down.
onto the ground. It was just like we were sitting there like, I swear to fucking God, like if this happens, we're walking the fuck out of here.
man.
It was horrible. It was crazy.
That was one of the more eventful nights I've had in a while.
That was like probably the best baseball game I've ever went to, and they lost 11-4.
And I only watched an inning of it.
Yeah, I watched one inning of it, and you could barely. They're like ants on the field, and it was the best game ever.
Oh man,
1000%.
yeah, the week is crazy. But last week I was in the hot seat, and this week Adam is on the hot seat. So we've all got questions for Adam lined up. I have a lot to ask you.
God.
I think we all have a lot
I
to
was gonna
ask
say, do
you.
you want to start that side and just run it back, or pick it up?
Yeah,
wherever?
I want to start the first one off here just because it kind of starts off with you know, your daily life and your upbringing as a small Jewish child.
All right,
I want to
we're
know
on
your
there.
biggest, not setback, but inconvenience of being Jewish growing up. I mean, you're my
Honestly-
only Jewish friend.
I was.
Wow.
Are you like super Jewish?
I used to be more Jewish. We're technically conservative Jews. Jew bagels is what I like to call them.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, during my come up, I guess you could say, I went to temple a lot. Not a
Temple
ton,
like-
but I had a bar mitzvah.
Unfamiliar. Is temple like church?
Yeah, basically the same thing at church, but we don't go to church. We go to temple, or synagogue is what it's called. But anyway, so it was it was like any other childhood really, but you know, in middle school definitely had a lot of Jew jokes. The kids don't know how to hold back, so it is what
Yeah,
it is.
the
but-
kids don't know
I
how
was
to
gonna
hold
say
back.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but I have many Jew jokes that I would like to say, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, it's probably best you keep it to yourself on that one.
Yeah.
You know, the Jew jokes are kind of out of phase right now. We're kind of moved on to making fun of old people or something like that.
That's
Fair.
Instead, yeah. So, otherwise it was pretty normal. I had a pretty normal life, and then so I went to Aliso Viejo middle schools, and then once I got to the high school age, I ended up switching to Laguna Beach, and that was kind of a fresh start because no one really knew I was Jewish. So then only my closest friends, which I did know Luke through like Xbox, we were friends, and I think he knew I was Jewish, but like the Jewish jokes weren't like anywhere near as bad as like when I was going to Aliso schools. Like they toasted me. It was fucked up.
That's fucked
You
up.
got toasted in middle school?
Yeah, dude, it was
It's
bad.
rough, dog.
A lot of
we-
like Jewish jokes.
How was
Adam's Adam's
elementary
getting
school?
toasted for like
Yeah.
13 years straight.
Now the key I found is to just embrace it. You know, you say a Jewish joke, I flow with it, and it kind of kills the whole vibe.
I think if you're able to laugh at yourself, it's really easy
Yeah,
to do anything.
exactly.
To be honest,
Yeah, so that's basically what I do now.
that's good.
Before we keep going, I want to touch on the topic of you still growing up.
Okay, perfect.
Again, as a young, small Jewish lad, what was Adam's goal as a kid?
Oh yeah.
What
That's a good one.
What did
Sorry.
you want to
I
be?
didn't want to interrupt. Go ahead.
What the? F-
Coming up, you know, again, I want to he's Jewish. As the minority,
Okay.
what did you want to be? What did you fit? Like, what was your goal in life? Because
I don't know, man. I just wanted to be a smart motherfucker. That was like my whole goal.
how's that going?
Yeah, it's not going as
So
the
obviously
plan,
it's not
but
going
like,
towards what you want right now.
yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened, but at my house, it's literally like we don't get made fun of for like being just like a kid. You get made fun of because you're fucking dumb. Like my brother and sister, they come home and they're like, dude, I got an A+ on this test. Oh, Adam, you got a C? Wow, you're fucking idiot, dude. Like literally our dinner table like chats are like, oh, I got an A+ in this class. I got a C in this class. Adam, you're fucking retarded. Or like literally like for college, we just had this conversation. Like I went to Saddleback, so CC route, and then my brother and sister are like in this mindset of like they have to go to a 4-year university, otherwise they're literally like dumbasses for not. So they're just of this opinion. So literally that's like the conversation in my house is like you get made fun of by intelligence level versus like, oh, you look stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, Noah. I don't know if you've ever been. Have you ever been to Adam's house?
I have.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, Tyler, have you ever been to Adam's house when the whole family is home?
It's ridiculous.
one time, but it wasn't for a while. And
Right.
I just stopped by.
It is the absolute most hilarious thing you could ever witness when
funny.
he and his brother Danny, shout out to Danny, and then
Daniel
his
Levinstein?
sister Hannah, when they all start getting into it and yelling at each other, I swear to God, it's a reality TV show. It's the funniest thing ever. I remember Adam telling me a story. I actually wasn't there to experience
you
this
weren't there,
firsthand,
yeah.
but he was there in high school filming a project or whatever for school. And Grant, one of our, you know Grant, asks Adam like, "Oh, hey, do you guys have Wi-Fi here?" And then from upstairs, from her room, Hannah literally goes, and by the way, she's in like the 6th or 7th grade at this point. Like she's young. She goes, "No, we live under a fucking rock, you idiot!"
Yeah,
Out of nowhere.
Oh, fuck you! We live under a rock.
And Grant literally, from what I was told, looked around and was like, where did that come from? Like, he didn't even know she was home. So that's the kind of shit that goes down.
Yeah.
Last Hanukkah, no, not this last Hanukkah, 2 Hanukkahs ago, I'm lucky enough to go over to their house for their Hanukkah party. It's the best thing ever, but his brother Danny, I don't know if you got Danny this or Danny got you this, but it's a gift of Gucci cologne was given. I don't know. Did you give that to Danny or did he give that
No,
to
I think
you?
he ordered like the knockoff Gucci cologne off of Amazon.
Right.
Which is like $20 for like a bottle like this tiny.
Either way, neither of them were happy with their gifts from what I saw. And then they started yelling at each other because neither of them were grateful. And it was absolutely fucking hilarious just to see them get into it about not being grateful with each other.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything, but I feel like that's a very Levinstein thing to do is to buy knockoff things for cheaper amounts of money because of
Sounds right.
being a minority.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but
He lives the stereotype for
no, he
people who
literally
are-
does.
He
for,
is the
for
stereotype.
everyone listening, like the whole like Jewish people being cheap thing, it doesn't really apply to like a ton of people, but it like 100% applies to Adam.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I spend
Adam nickel and
a
dimes,
lot of money.
everything.
Though.
We went to a hockey game and we wanted to split parking, right? There's
Wow.
3 of us
We're
there.
going
Adam
there.
took the $20 and split it evenly between 3 of us and then Venmo'd Alyssa $6.33.
Yeah,
That, like,
is
just to put
literally
it
what
in
it came
reference.
out to on the calculator. I don't understand the issue here. That is even for all 3 of us. There should be no problem here.
I would have just sent the $6.
See, then now you paid less. So
I
now
would've
you're
sent
being
$7.
Jewish.
I would
I
much
would've
rather
said
someone
$7
pay
then.
less than give me the exact amount. But again, that's just who
Whatever,
Adam
I mean,
is
like-
as a person.
It's not a bad thing.
Adam is an exact change guy, 100%.
100%.
That's not.
And I'm a no cash guy either.
Yeah.
Hate carrying cash.
It's
Yeah.
when I do have money, which is hardly ever. It's
You
always
gotta get
cash.
you got to get the credit card for the points, man.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Let's touch on that with your credit card.
Yeah.
First of
metal.
all, what's the digit? When does it expire? And what's your CC on the back?
Yeah, we're not going there.
No, so a few months ago, we'll go back to the credit card. Adam got the Chase Sapphire, like the
Oh,
metal
yeah.
card. How's that? Because
Dude,
he
it
would
is-
not shut the fuck up about
Yeah.
that
Side
for
note.
weeks.
Side note. He was absolutely leading up to when he got the card, and then when he gets the card, and to this day he still doesn't shut the hell up.
It's like he's
about it.
Gary Vee with an unlimited amount of money on this metal card. Like he just won't
This
stop.
thing's amazing. I'd highly recommend the Chase Sapphire card. Just the amount of clout you get from having a metal card is absolutely above the standard. And when you hand it to a minimum wage employee at like wherever you're at, it's just like the nicest thing. They see this young handsome dude, and then he's got the metal card. He's like, this guy's a fucking baller. He spends so much money.
This is such an asshole.
It's just so sick.
If I were a minimum wage employee and you personally handed me this card, I'd be like, man, his mom and dad must have good money.
And you know what? He wouldn't be fucking wrong, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, I understand that. I didn't think that far ahead, but hey, I think it's cool, and you know, whatever. It's good rewards on travel. So
At least you have it. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I don't want to talk shit on Noah, but
Whoa, I have good
kind of
credit.
owes money.
I have good credit.
Just gave
I
you a
bet you my
compliment.
credit's better than your credit.
Let's just not go there. At
Yeah,
all.
that's what I thought.
So what are the perks for like you get travel points, right?
Yeah,
Have you used these travel points to go anywhere?
not yet. I'm saving up. I got like $700 towards a trip right now.
Where are we
so-
going?
Dude, we got to go to Europe, bro. The Europe trip.
Have you ever been to Europe?
Yes,
How was it?
it was freaking insane, bro.
Really?
Yeah. Now you got to go, man. And Luke was supposed to go on my last trip. I don't want to dive too deep into that one, but things kind of fell through, and it was going to be a fun as fuck
it
trip.
It was halfway my fault. But then again, I was offered a job at the time, and I did need to take that job to pull myself out of some stuff. It was a very lucrative job to take, and I don't regret taking it, because if I did go on the Europe trip, then I'd be in a really bad position right now.
Are you still employed by that job?
No, not right now.
See, it would not have made a difference. And you missed out on a baller ass trip to Italy, Zurich, Amsterdam, and Dublin.
That's a solid like $6,000 to $10,000
Is
in
it?
debt worth of difference right there. Now,
6 to 10,000. It would have been like
1,000%.
3,000 to 4,000.
One-
It's nothing to a guy who's got a
1,000%.
metal Chase Sapphire card.
Exactly.
I know.
Just put it on the fucking
I don't
card
know.
and pay it off at
He
a
talks
later
so
and I'll
deep.
stick
The
mom
problem
and
is-
dad with the bill.
The problem the problem is he talks to us like we have the same privileges as he
File
does.
bankruptcy and you're good to go.
See, here we go. He doesn't have these issues. He literally asked me how much does
chilling.
he asked me the other day, how much does a car registration cost? He's never had to pay it. He asked me how much car insurance costs because he's never had to pay it. I told him that I pay my
Adam,
own
how old
phone
are you?
bill. He doesn't really.
Seems like he's 13.
17.
He's 23, by the way.
I'm 22.
22.
23 in May. All right.
23 next month.
It's whatever.
But he asked me about these bills like he's never heard of bills before.
Well, I just was
told him-
curious how much
Wait,
you're
you have
paying
to
for
register
car
your
insurance.
car?
I told him, I was like, this is how much I pay a month. This is why I'm not able
Yeah.
to do certain stuff. And, you know, someone with responsibility and someone who takes accountability.
Hey.
I'm not going to roast him right here. This is
I'm
getting
getting
real right
roasted
now.
right now.
I'm not going to roast him like this and dig, you know, into it that much. But
Okay.
that you know, just to get into the mind of Adam Levinstein, he doesn't know how much a car registration costs. All right, continue.
What do you guys have
But
for
we
him?
won't roast. We won't roast.
We won't roast that
Yeah,
way.
of course not.
Hey,
We won't.
funny side note, my brother I've never gotten jury duty before, knock on wood. Yeah.
I
Anyways.
just got summoned yesterday.
Yeah, my brother got summoned, and I sent a Snapchat to him and just said, fuck you.
Fucking
So, yeah,
horseshit.
It's funny.
That's what's
but
I'll get out of it, but
Yeah.
it's annoying.
I think if you're a student, it's pretty easy to get out of.
Yeah, well, if you're in school, I think it's.
you're chilling.
You can't not go.
Yeah. So it's funny.
Okay, I'll go with question. I'll go on the lighter side.
Thank God.
You were a teenager at once. How many girlfriends have you had since your entire life?
I think I've technically only had like 2 serious girlfriends, and then
Okay.
a couple other people that I've
Those
like, been
two
talking
serious
to.
ones, which one was the worst?
None of them were bad.
Well, that was
So,
quite
like,
down
no,
question.
yeah.
Well, okay. Well, which one was the best?
Probably my most recent one.
What happened?
I don't think I
there?
know. What? You don't have to.
The first one was like a 7th grade relationship.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
okay,
that
we
like
talked
really
about that.
doesn't
Well,
count. And then the recent one is kind of Tyler's fault.
Okay,
the
that's the
reason
most
why I
recent one.
broke up. But that one's kind of complicated. But we had a good, we had a good relationship, and it wasn't like a bad falling out or anything.
Well,
And we like really never fought, which is borderline the problem. She was kind of undermotivated. But other than that,
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take
okay.
you. Let's take it to the next question.
All right, cool.
Luke, do you have anything besides
Literally,
this?
literally anything.
Hopefully we should not
literally
listen to
anything.
this.
Are we not talking on this topic? Because I
Oh,
I
well.
have it pretty in on this topic right here.
Not okay. So the background on this. So my
Okay, he wants to-
girlfriend
he wants to say the
was
background.
I met her
Adam needs
through
closure.
through Luke's girlfriend, who is borderline psychomaniac.
Okay, no, that's not
And
true.
then-
That's not true.
So
We're not
then-
still together, but
so
I'm not gonna allow
After
that.
he ended up breaking off his relationship, I was in her friend. The girl I was dating was best friends with this psychomaniac, quote unquote. And so it was one of those things. I was like, I can't deal with her on my own. So then that was one of the main reasons where I was like, Skeet, gotta get out of that one.
All right, I'm just gonna speak on top of that. At the time, so me, Adam, and then the two girls we were dating at the time, we would all hang out 24/7.
Yeah.
Then the person I was dating, her and our relationship just didn't work out. Obviously, at the time, of course, it sucked. But Adam was still dating her like best friend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So then Adam, in his words, had to deal with her by himself
That's what I said.
without me.
Yeah.
But he makes it out to seem much worse. So I'm at work because I have, I had a job at the time.
Are we going into the day I broke up with her?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
let's go
but
there.
What the-
here's what
oh,
happened.
come on.
So I'm working. I just get to work. Adam texts me. He goes, "Hey, I just broke up with her." I said, "Okay." I was like, "Are you all right?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm cool." I was like, "All right, dope." And that was that, right? And I asked him, like, "Oh, how'd you do?" He goes, "Oh, I texted her." I was like, "Oh,
This is
Totally
Tyler.
reveal.
he
Side,
broke up with
side
her
note.
over
Big
text."
yikes.
Side note. I was with Tyler Butler over here, Tyler D. Butler on Instagram. He's partly responsible for this because I was with him at the hockey rink and we were just shooting shit. I was like, "Hey man, like I don't know if I want to like continue this relationship." Da da da. He's like, "Well, dude, just fucking break up with her right now. Just text her." And then one way or another, like bouncing shit back and forth, I was like, somehow came to the idea that was a good way to do it, and then that's where we are.
All right.
So it's 100% his fault,
Okay.
basically. I'm taking no responsibility for that.
So he doesn't want to take accountability.
I think
for what he
he's
did.
the one that clicked send on it. I'm pretty sure.
That's
I think
so
I
not
typed
true.
and sent it.
Yeah, I think he did
It's
too.
so not true.
Sounds.
It
just
might
admitted
actually
to it.
be.
Yeah, I think
I
he
might have
did.
typed it and sent it.
Okay, well that's totally your fault, Adam, for allowing him to do that.
Yeah, what the fuck,
second
dude?
part. All right, so I'm at work, and he did it. And keep in mind, the person I was dating and I are not together anymore, and they're best friends. So I'm thinking like, okay, I'm going to get a text from her. I'm 100% going to get a text from her, right? And we didn't talk that much after we broke up. And 20 minutes later, I get a text saying, "Hey, can you talk right now?" And I was like, "No, I'm at work." And she goes, "Okay, can I ask you a question?" Or something like this.
Wait, was this from your girlfriend at the time or
Yeah,
his?
from his
No,
ex-girlfriend.
from the girl I used
It's
to
Luke's
date.
ex,
Right.
but they're it's
Anyway,
a
she
four-way, basically.
texted me and I said, she goes, "Hey, I'm just wondering, why did Adam break up with so and so?" I thought I said one of their names for a second.
Oh, there, buddy.
And I said, "Honestly, I don't know." And she got super pissed because she knows that I know. She goes,
Let's remember that
She
Luke's
goes-
ex-girlfriend is a psycho.
She's not. No. She was super calm about it. And I said, "Of course, I'm not going to leave my bro out there in the dry."
Yeah, I would
especially to
have.
her at that time.
Tyler
You know,
would.
I'm like, of course, I'm not going to do that. And from what, Adam told me, all the stuff he told me, of course, I'm not going to tell her because, like, that's shitty.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sorry, someone coming in.
No, it's in the other room.
Well, anyways, yeah, I regret asking that question.
Yeah.
That went so downhill.
I mean, that wasn't
it was
like-
great content. I love it. We're gonna
no.
keep it in the podcast, but
It's depressing. Essentially, he broke up with her over text. By the way, she was at work. She was like on her lunch break when she received it.
I feel like I'm never gonna not relive this.
There's a lot of
story.
things that you've done that you probably are not going to live down.
All right,
There's
let's-
just, there's honestly just too much.
does anybody have a positive question?
Yeah. Are you excited for the new Game of Thrones season?
Oh
Adam?
yeah. That's
Yeah, I'm
It's
pretty
it's kind
hyped
of
for that.
that's a double sword. That's a double-sided question there.
Well, so listen to this. So my parents canceled HBO, and they're the ones that are the ones that are.
By
so,
the way, Mr. and Mrs. Levenstein, Mr. and Mrs. Levenstein, I also use your HBO, so I was very
let me get into
disappointed.
this. So I get a call from my good friend Jackson Reese, and he's playing pro ball in now Michigan. But he calls me. He's like, "Hey man, your HBO's not working. Like your parents changed the login info." I'm like, "No, like let me look into it." I like go. My mom gets home. I'm like, "Hey mom, like Jackson called me and said the HBO doesn't work anymore." And she's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Yeah, we canceled it." And then she was just like hilarious that it was like he called me because I didn't even use it. So they're the ones that's complaining. And then Luke called me. He's like, hey, man, your HBO's not working either. And I'm like, yeah, my parents canceled it. And so I got all these people relying on me for HBO.
I'm very, very behind on Game of Thrones. I'm not going to be caught up in time. So
I've never watched a single episode of Game of Thrones.
Well, I don't know what you're doing at this podcast.
I was gonna say, are you up to date?
Yeah, I'm completely up
Let's
to date.
go.
Yeah. So
It's one of the greatest shows I've seen in like a super long time. It really is.
yeah.
HBO always does everything right. I don't know how anybody who hasn't watched it still has not started watching it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not looking at anybody in specific, but
I just don't like.
Yeah.
I don't want to get like too into. I just don't like find that topic of shows like those medieval time shows. I don't find those interesting. Kind of like I don't watch superhero movies either. I'm not a big fan of those. It's just I'm just not a big fan.
Wow.
Yeah.
wait, hold on. Are you coming with us to Endgame? Is he coming with
Yes.
us to Endgame?
Considering
Yes,
it's
he is.
my family going and then you, my entire family and then Luke.
Oh wait, I'm going with your guys' family.
Yeah,
Well,
go
it's
to-
just Keith and Mason.
Oh.
Yeah, my grandma, my grandpa.
Wait, Keith
mom,
and
my
Mason are
dad.
going?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna
hell
be like just
and
the-
Adam's not
I'm
going.
not going. Yeah,
Adam can't go 'cause he has a
to work,
wedding.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would have been like a $400 movie for me if I skipped this wedding. So
I'll just put that on the Chase Sapphire card and stick it with your mom later.
yeah. Oh, wow. That hurt.
I have a question.
Yes.
If you were in a lion pit and you could choose one person to throw at the lion with you, but like you got to like choose whoever it was.
A
Like-
what pit?
Like if you're in like a pit with a lion.
Oh, a
It's
lion.
You, a lion, and you could pick anybody else to go in there with you. It's just bare hands and lion. Who would you pick? Because they might die and you might be able to get out.
Is this like someone I would want to be in there to help defend for my life, or is this like someone to like replace my life?
You can choose.
I don't take it. Yeah, take it how you want it.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I'd probably take Grant Wilhelm with me. He's pretty like, I don't know. I feel like he would find a way to either get himself killed instead of me, or find a way to like kill the lion.
Honestly, I don't even know Luke's brother that well, but I feel like
Oh
Jack
yeah,
would just
Jack
like,
is a great person too.
I feel like he's the kind of guy that would just like tame a lion on
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah, he's
become
much
best friends
he's Jack's better than me at essentially everything. So I think that's a great choice.
He's the
because
golden
He
child.
actually the lion would take him as one of their own.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
some weird
that's
shit
kinda
like that
how
would
it
happen
is.
with him. I feel like.
100%. He's the kind of person that gives off that kind of vibe.
Sorry, someone's easy bake oven is coming.
I think it's their security system next door. So hopefully,
Hold on. Should we
Nah,
pause for a
hopefully
second?
they're-
I don't think
that's
it's
whatever.
picking it up. Watch nobody talk.
Okay, I want to bring it back for a second. We went through your childhood. We went through your schooling. Your siblings are way more accomplished than you are.
Yeah,
It sounds like.
wow.
Going through high school and college, what was your plan after? Like, what was your goal? Like, I know you were going for like, you majored in like graphic design, right?
yeah.
If you didn't go in for graphic design and video and photo wasn't a thing, what's your backup? When all this takes a shit, what's your backup?
Well, my original degree was computer science. So I'm kind of a computer nerd. I guess you could say I'm like tech support for everyone, basically. I mean, pure example is Luke's dad last night asked me for tech support. So
That's because I couldn't figure it out myself.
yeah.
But we both came to the same conclusion that the iPad was too old. Just side note.
anyways, so yeah, probably I would have gone into something like into programming or shit like that. Is probably what I would be doing.
I will give this to him. Adam used to build computers for fun.
I still do that.
Yeah.
Shout out to
not,
Grant Wilhelm. I built his computer recently. Anyways,
not as much anymore, but I've literally been over to his house, and like Danny's friends will come over and they'll all just, have a good computer building
party.
hour. Yeah, whatever it is. And I just look at him like I don't even know what I'm looking
It's like a Ben's Bash, but for computer nerds.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck
Exactly.
Arbonne? Fuck Arbonne.
Right, yeah, hold on. Fuck Arbonne. Now that you can see my face.
I don't sanction this. Looking
To
at
that camera,
one,
fuck Arbonne. To that camera, fuck Arbonne.
And
And,
then-
to you, fuck Arbonne.
Fuck
I
Arbonne.
don't sanction
I don't know.
this.
Today's
if
ad
these,
read.
I don't know if these cameras are getting me at all.
Please still hire me, Arbonne. Thank you.
Fuck Arbonne.
Okay, so you wanted to go into like graphic design. Is there anything else in life that you're like curious about? Like other than your sexuality, like what topics in life are you curious about?
Well, I'm straight as an arrow can go, and so I think the only other thing that I like really want to get into, and me and Luke kind of discussed this a little bit, is maybe flying. I used to fly like my grandpa's airplane back in the day, so like getting back up in the air would be really fun. Other than that, like not really much else. You know what I'm saying? Just want to get jacked.
So this is your end goal. What you're doing now.
Yeah. Well, actually, I really want to like become more of like a published like fashion photographer. That's kind of what I want to get into. But
So kind of what you're doing now, though.
yeah, kind of what
so
I'm doing.
like,
I was
you're
gonna say,
on,
yeah,
like,
to
you're
give,
on the
like,
path
a-
you want to
yeah.
be on.
Give a background to anybody who doesn't know Adam. just listen to the podcast.
If
He
you
is a
don't-
photographer.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
And he does do a lot of things on the side, but I think just basically photographer, but to a bigger degree.
Yeah, for those who don't know Adam, he's a pretty decent photographer. He's got work with JCPenney. I think that's pretty much about it.
Yeah, I mean, I just shoot with models, male and female, mostly female models, and then I also do like a shit ton of weddings.
I was gonna say, if you want to plug.
So you can find me at Adam One It's on the screen here.
Can
nice
we just
and big?
Can we just say that he's the biggest on the screen? Like,
Yeah,
there's
well-
not like none of us like. There's 4 of us here, but I from here I can barely read my name.
Well, you know,
There's no way the camera's picking that up. And my head's probably
Yeah,
walking
no
into
way.
it,
I thought
so-
I was,
Yeah.
you know, it was an interview with me. When it's your guys' turn, you will have the screen and your big name on it.
Next time we come in, it's gonna be like Luke's name right there, and then Adam's just gonna have a banner
Yeah.
with his app behind him, with like an arrow pointing.
Yeah,
down.
I'm
this
gonna
whole
get that-
backdrop is just going to be that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Exactly.
get that made at
By the
We
way-
shrank this entire backdrop, that one painting at Adam's house.
Yeah, so by the way, if we're plugging something, follow the fan club. We should put it up there next time. I'm wearing
yeah.
the merch.
Oh my
I'm wearing the
God.
merch right now.
Where can they find them at?
We'll plug them.
At Adam Levenstein Fan Club. Follow that, DM that account, or
Right
DM
here.
me at Luke Simon 32.
Yeah,
Yep,
send
right
in
here.
your images if you have any good photos of me.
Swipe up.
And then, if
No,
but
it's gonna go
if you
right
want to,
here.
if you want a pair of this, I've already sold like over 300 of these things. So if you want a shirt,
Luke's on the podcast to just plug his merch.
yeah, if you want a shirt, DM me at Luke Simon 32.
He does take
Where's the
Venmo
farthest you can ship?
across the world.
Yeah, everywhere.
Nice.
It's
That's
worldwide.
good quality
I
assurance.
I shipped one to my brother in Australia. By the way, my brother's living in Australia, side note, but that doesn't matter. But if you're in Australia listening to this, I can ship it to you as well.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, do you have any tattoos?
I do not.
Is there a reason for that?
I mean, my parents kind of ingrained it in me that tattoos are kind of like a sin, but
Same.
like not really. I mean, sort of. So it's just like, I don't know. There's been a few times where I'm like, I want to get a tattoo, and then kind of get over that. And so like, I mean, there's probably a point where I might consider it, you know, being drunk enough or whatever. But other than that, no, I
Give Adam
can't.
one beer.
I was gonna add.
One beer and I'm ready to go.
We brought up you're 22 years old. Did you do anything for your 21st birthday?
What? Nah. I think I went to Yard House for my 21st birthday and had like a Dos Equis. I think Luke was there. I don't know. You
I
weren't
didn't
there.
get the invite. I don't
Or
think
no,
we're that
was
good
that-
at friends though. When you turn 21,
Yeah, I didn't do anything crazy for my 21st. I think my parents like bought me something big, which I don't
Post?
remember.
post photo, or I should not post photo. I should say pre photo because we don't know what you're gonna do post photo. Pre photo. What were you doing, like career wise? Where were you at on a
Like-
Thursday afternoon? Where could I find you?
Like out of high school?
I'm
still?
like, yeah. Wait, no. Yeah,
He's
out of high
asking
school.
out
What-
of
what
high
was you-
school while he's going to Saddle Swag. What were you doing to make money at the time?
Are we going into this?
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
go into it.
All right. I was working at Big Air Trampoline Park.
Good for you. How,
Who
how
here,
long did you work there?
who
first
here
of
has
all?
worked at Big Air Trampoline Park?
Well, all three of
Who
us. are
here has
raising our hands.
interviewed and not gotten a job at Big Air Trampoline Park?
Are you
Bro,
kidding
okay,
me?
so
Wait, did you really?
I want to go off topic for a
Oh
second.
my
Get it off
gosh.
Adam for a sec. Noah was like looking for a job for the longest time, and I was like, "Oh yeah, just like submit your application to Big Air. Like they love me. Like no
Yeah.
problem."
Right.
So he gets in. Ryan Schreiber at the time was the manager on duty, so he got him the interview. He's like, "Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
we'll get you the interview." And Noah goes in and interviews, doesn't even get a call back. I was like, "Man,
That's
for you to
amazing.
not get a call back after I know that they love me, you must have like really fucked that one up."
I don't know what happened. I've had there's only been 3 jobs I've never gotten. It's Big Air, Lowe's, and then I think the other one was In and Out. But yeah, I don't know. I had an in with you, and my friend worked there at the time, but whatever.
Who was your friend?
Fuck Big Air. Crosby Ralston.
Who?
Crosby Ralston. He's a midget. Not a whoop. He's not. He's shorter.
Wait,
Wow.
I don't remember working with that person.
I didn't last
Sorry,
very long
Crosby.
there.
I didn't mean to say that out loud.
Wow.
You're good. But yeah, he's a small kid. I mean, but that's,
Must have been like.
if you were going to know him, I don't know any other way that you'd know him besides
Yeah.
his name.
Yeah.
Did you
I don't
guys know each other before Big Air, or did you guys meet at Big Air?
Who?
Us?
You guys.
Oh yeah, we knew. Each other
We knew.
before.
So
Luke got me the job at Big Air.
I got Adam
honestly.
the job
Yeah.
at Big Air, which is a huge fucking mistake. But no, I'm
Okay.
joking. There's a lot of funny Big Air stories, but the way Adam and I met is so the summer going into my sophomore year. So and that means the summer going into his freshman year. Him and I would play Xbox together. We'd play like Call of Duty, whatever it might be, because I played on the baseball team, and he was friends with people like Jackson and Cameron. So I'd play with those two, and then Adam would play with us. And essentially where Adam and I met like in person is actually at summer school. I told him, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to summer school. For me, it was to make up for a class that I failed. And for Adam, it was to get ahead a year. So for different reasons. So I met him. I remember what he looked like the first day that I actually saw him. He was sitting there on the bench wearing a stupid green angel hat. And for those of you who don't know, Angel's colors are red and white. No green anywhere.
So he's when Lids sold all the like weird colorways.
The brim of his hat was completely straight. It was like turned to the side, whatever it was.
Yeah, it was like a Jewish gangster.
Immediately, I would say like it's like the white 50 Cent
in summer school.
Immediately thought, all right, this kid ain't it. And now
this kid ain't it.
So what was that? 2010, 2011?
Yeah, I was class of 2014, so that was like 2010, 2009 maybe.
Oh my god, so that's 9 years. Jesus,
that's
that's pretty crazy. We're coming up on like
That's a decade.
I think I've like known Adam for like 7 now.
Yeah.
We met at Big Air.
You and I met at Big Air. You and I started at the same time.
We didn't really start becoming friends till like I don't know, like last year though.
Yeah.
We didn't really hang out.
Big Air was, it had its ups and downs. But
Big Air
when we were
only had
first
downs.
working there, it was like the best thing ever. Everyone hung out, did barbecues, all that shit, played basketball at Saddleback Church. And then like all hell came down and Hitler of Big Air showed up.
We will not.
And shout out to the
I wasn't gonna
God.
say that. I was gonna say
Yeah.
someone else.
Yeah.
But I guess we can give that one a
Kristen.
shout out to.
And
okay, there it is.
Yeah, Big Air just kind of sucked absolute balls after a little bit, and then I got written up a bunch of times.
I wrote him up.
No, you didn't.
Oh well, I tried to write him up.
Yeah, you tried to write me up, and
one of the managers said, "No, don't do that."
That would have ended a relationship.
No,
just so
wouldn't
you
have.
know.
That would have strengthened.
I would have wrote him up then if I knew that was the outcome.
Adam. So I was the supervisor at the time. I wasn't a manager.
There
I was
no
a
way
supervisor.
I did anything that bad.
I told Adam in the break room. I was like, Adam, if I hear your voice on the radio one more time, I'm going to write you up. And I have a radio, and he's still on break.
That's not a good reason to write me up. Let's put it that
still
way.
on break. Okay, he's still on break, and then all of a sudden I get a radio call from Adam saying, "Hey Luke, I'm off my break. Where do you want me?" And I was like, he's doing this to piss me off. And I go on the radio. I was like, Sarah's office, so I can write you up. And then at the time, Miles, you guys remember Miles?
Miles, yeah.
He had a radio because he was working a mechanical bull, and he just puts on the radio and starts dying laughing. And he comes into Sarah's office, and I have the write up ready. I'm like, sign this shit. And then Matt Weber comes in and says, no, I told him to do that. Don't do it. Matt was the manager at the time.
Yeah,
so
Matt's a homie.
all right.
Shout out to Matt.
I was like, all right, fine. And I shredded it. But if Matt wasn't there, I would have wrote you up.
There's no way
100%.
you were gonna write me up.
100%.
That was like a
100% did.
That was like a necessary call too. Like, where do you want me at, bro? Like, you got to tell me.
Adam, did you ever go to detention in high school?
No, I was a good kid.
No,
you never
he
did
wasn't.
anything wrong in high school.
Yeah,
Like, you never got anything in high school ever.
Well,
You like went through high school unscathed.
Yeah, I didn't anything bad. Never
Wow.
missed a class. Yeah, I was like on point.
I mean, I was pretty well behaved, but I still got like a few Saturday schools.
Yeah, no,
Mainly just all for truancy. Like you were never truant or anything.
no.
Okay, well, I'm going to bring this up. There was one lunch period we went to Laguna Beach High School. It was a very wealthy high school.
Everyone
let's
there had
pause for a
Chase
second.
Sapphire cards.
Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that.
Are we recording?
Where were we?
Where did
back.
we?
So I was about to tell a little story about Adam was saying how great of a student he was in high school, which academically I'm inclined to believe it. I remember there was one lunch period where Adam comes up to me and he goes, "Luke, I just fucked up someone's car."
Oh my god.
And
I think I heard this story.
and I go,
Oh, no.
I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I backed into someone's car coming out of the parking lot, and I shattered their rear light."
I didn't know what happened. I just knew I hit their car.
He hit their car hard enough for the car to jump back and forth. I was not in the car. I wasn't there. And I was like, "Okay, well, what'd you do?" He goes, "I drove away." I was like, "What do you mean you drove away? Did you leave a note?" He goes, "No." Luckily, the next day, like I said, we're in Laguna Beach. It's a very wealthy community.
The car was like fixed. It's like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, it was fixed. But then he goes to his dad and says, "Someone hit my car."
Oh yeah, no. It was like
He
I drove
goes-
home. And he's like, the trunk looks like kind of weird. And I'm like, yeah, I think someone hit my car, Dad. Like, I don't know what happened. It's like in the parking lot. And then, yeah, And then like literally, I remember driving away that day at school and like a crowd of people around that car. And I just like low key parked at the other end of the parking lot, and like no one ever knew. And it was because I was like early to lunch, so no one was in the parking lot when I was like going to lunch. I was just trying to get a burrito, and then I just backed out the wrong way and slammed into their car, and then just backed in and pulled out the right way, and then like skirted out of there.
That sounds like another case of Adam like not being accountable for anything.
Yeah,
Like, that's just, like,
I
another
literally
thing
the
to add
thing
to
that
it.
like went through my head was like my insurance going up, my parents are gonna take my driver's license away, like like 50,000 things were going through my head.
I'm not
like,
gonna get a
fuck
Chase
this.
Sapphire card.
Yeah, so I was just like, all right, no one will know. Damage wasn't that bad. Like skipped out of there. Not the highest point of my high school career, and yeah, it was a shitty Jeep. So
If you
that
had
makes it
to
easy.
pinpoint a high point in your life, what would it be, Adam? What is a high point? What does Adam consider a high point in life? Because to me, your life has just been a series of low points. I want to know, at what point were you at the highest?
I don't know if I haven't hit my highest yet, but I don't know, like maybe just like traveling, bro. That's like the highest of the high right there. You know what I'm saying? You get your high from that.
I was gonna say, was Europe like your most like enjoyable time of your life so far?
What was give us your best travel story.
Wow.
I'm curious.
Well,
Because you're a pretty seasoned traveler. You've traveled quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
For your age.
yeah, I mean, this last October, I went to Italy, Florence. Shout out to Luke not coming, but hey. Anyways, so then we flew into Milan. That was super. I actually kind of didn't really like Milan that much. It's kind of a dirty city, but we only had like a little bit of time there. And so then we went to Florence. Florence was like absolutely insane. All the architecture is really sick. And if you guys ever have the chance, go to Florence. And then we went so in Florence, it was part of like my mom's like tax group thing. And one of the nights we had to dress up like suit and tux. And then we ate dinner in a castle in Florence, in like the center of Florence. So that was like absolutely insane.
A castle, like as in like a giant castle.
Yeah, like
what
Not
the
just
word,
a restaurant
like
where
what
you're,
the
like-
word castle means,
Yeah.
probably.
Well, I mean, like some,
Yeah.
you know.
It's like one of like the mayor of Florence like has access to the castle, and usually it's like a museum during the day. And then they basically like the only way you could have dinner there or like through like a gala is what it's called, or gala, whatever the fuck.
Like
and
an
so,
apple.
Yeah. So then one of the tax guys that's from Italy was like buddy, he's absolutely loaded, and he's buddy with the mayor of Florence. So then they hooked it up and had this whole party there one night, and literally like the entire roof of this place is like huge frescoes, like the nicest place I've ever been.
I was gonna ask, what they serve?
I don't even remember what they serve. I just remember it being really sick.
You ate in a castle. You don't remember what you
Yeah.
ate?
Well,
It sounds like this castle is like a museum by day and like a Ben's Bash by night. Is kind of like is what I'm getting
they
out
served
of
a
it.
lot of alcohol, so that was partly. the
Speaking of
other issue.
alcohol,
That's fair.
we had a pretty fun trip to New York.
Oh yeah.
You guys went too after though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did take a trip to New York after.
Yeah. So
Go ahead.
maybe we should go into Tyler and I's
Start with the first
trip.
one first.
So we went. This is another part of my mom's tax trips, and then me and Tyler went along to just go and shoot and dick around in New York. So what was it like? Basically, we became alcoholics the second we stepped off the plane.
I was drunk on the plane.
Yeah,
There.
no, he wasn't. But we get to the bar. We're sitting at the DoubleTree at Times Square, and it's like we didn't even get a chance to go up to the room. He was already buddy with the bartender ordering drinks. And then he comes up to the room. He's like, Adam, dude, I brought you a Corona. The guy just hooked it up for free. I'm like, yeah, you're okay, sick. I go to the gym there. I come back down. He's literally at the bar, like buddy. And then I go and sit down. I'm like, hey, like, how's it going? He's like, good. He's like, one sec. Comes back with two, what do you drink? Whiskey sours. This is when I got addicted to whiskey sours, by the way. And literally I was like, okay, like drink one, went and got more, drink another one. And he's like, oh, you want another one? I'm like, no. He's like, he goes up to get like one for himself and then comes back with two. And then, so we're like 3 whiskey sours deep. And then I'm like, he's like, you want another one? I'm like, no. And then he's like, okay, I'll be right back. Comes back with 2 whiskey sours and then two Jack on the rocks.
No, it was 2 shots of Jameson.
Yeah, 2 shots of Jameson on the rocks. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So then we drink the 3rd whiskey sour, and I drank the Jameson. And then you were probably like 3 or 4 drinks before all of this.
You were at the gym for like an hour and a half, and
Yeah.
I was down there the entire time.
This was the last night we were there, and this was like one of your bucket list things was to go ice skating at like Rockefeller Center. So we're like, oh yeah, let's go ice skating. We go up to our room, and then he's just like, he's like, Tyler was fading. Yeah, he was like dunzos. So he goes back up to the room and like, I don't know if we should go into it, but we ended up FaceTiming so many people, women.
One of them being me, amongst the women.
We FaceTimed Luke,
I also got
and then
FaceTimed.
a bunch of other people, acquaintances of ours, and begging for things we shouldn't
Cut
probably
that out
name.
of the podcast.
And
That's
then
not going on the podcast for sure.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah. So then, of course, we were begging for like dick pics from Luke. Anyways, so then
I don't know. I don't know.
one way or another, we were like, okay, let's go out ice skating. Like I think it was open. It's open late or whatever. He's like, oh, okay, like, and then like I go into the other room and then come back. He's like, dude, there's no way I'm going out there. I'm like, oh, dude, come on, like you'll be fine. It's chilling. And then like next thing I know, I go into the other room, come back. He's just absolutely passed out on the bed. And then I show up in the morning. He threw up in the trash can in the hotel room and like put the trash can under his bed. Didn't even put it outside till we left. It was just like this whole fuckery of shit.
Just let the maids find it later.
Yeah, but he was just like, and my mom's like, oh, like what's wrong with Tyler? I'm like, yeah, he's done for the night, Mom. It's just like, it was hilarious.
But the worst part of that entire trip is I didn't close the blinds the entire time.
So
it was daytime 20 because we were like right in
Times Square.
So like I had like the biggest TV like right outside, just blasting
like
a white Coca-Cola ad into my
just
room.
like in the window, and he just like the 4 nights we were there and never closed the blind, so it was just like bright blue coming through the entire time. I think you somehow slept through it, but that was funny. And then me and you went to,
and then Adam and I went. It wasn't anywhere near close to that.
I don't want to interrupt, but I want to hear at the Boston game story. I want people to know that because that's by far one of the funniest
the
things
Red
I've
Sox.
ever
Boston.
Okay, so before New York, back when was it, 2016, a few years ago, Adam and I took a week's trip to Boston. And for me at the time, I've been to Boston, I think once or twice before, but I wanted to go to a Red Sox game, and they happened. I mean, I'm a huge Angels fan, and since I'm an Angels fan, we're up from Southern California, we're all Angels fans. They happened to be playing the Angels at Boston in Fenway while we were there, so we got tickets to that. Angels ended up beating the Red Sox like 22-1, something
it was, like,
crazy
insane.
like that. But this was David Ortiz's last year.
His victory lap.
Like,
Yeah.
this was it. Like, this was the last season he was playing with the Red Sox. And for those of you that don't know, David Ortiz to Red Sox fans is like huge. It's like Derek Jeter. Yeah, it's Derek Jeter to Yankee fans, that kind of thing. To Mike Trout to Angel fans. And of course, it was his last season. He's retiring, so it's a big deal. So Adam, I'm coming up. I'm like, I'm going to wear my Angels gear. I didn't wear the Angels hat, but I wore like the Angels jersey type thing. They all wear the same color. So I was like, I don't want to get beat up.
You're
Boston,
still in a sea of red.
Yeah, Boston fans are, crazy, whatever, like what everyone thinks. By the way, nice, super nice people. But we're going, Adam has no idea, no clue the gravity of what he was saying, but he yells out several times, more than once, "Big Papi, you suck." And for people that don't know, Big Papi is David Ortiz's nickname. While he's up to bat, he goes, "Big Papi, you suck. Fuck you, Big Papi." And I'm sitting there like in the middle. I'm like, oh my God.
Just surrounded.
I was like, well, this is where we die. This is it.
And every time they scored a run, I stood up and just started clapping.
Yeah, I was like,
22 runs later.
No, literally like the
22
20th run, I was
damn
still
runs.
up doing it. And like we had Boston fans both to the side of us, and like luckily they were nice people, but yeah,
was
it was
like-
just great. I was like, dude, we're fucking
He
killing
was
them.
getting
Like, we might as well
murdered.
just send
But
this.
what I'll say, so the one run that the Red Sox did score, and this is the difference between Southern California fans and like East Coast fans. The one run that they scored, I swear to God, the whole stadium turned into a nightclub. It started
It's like a dance party.
Yeah, it started playing like what's that kind of
It's
music?
like trap music.
Yeah, it
basically,
started playing
yeah.
trap music. Everyone got up, started dancing. and they didn't- of course, we didn't score, but I'm looking around.
Sounds like.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, they I looked around. I was like, "This is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
This is great." So a few days later, they were playing the Rangers. I was
next
like, "We
day, I
have,
think, yeah.
we have to go back as Red Sox fans."
So we
because-
bought merch in the store right before
Right,
the game.
Yeah, and then we went in, and I think they won. They scored like 7 runs,
yeah.
and every time they scored a run, everyone just went absolutely.
We enjoyed the
nuts.
dance party.
Yeah, so we were high fiving other Boston fans, and we were loving life. So it was great. But that trip, I don't think was as I don't know. We kind of when Adam and I travel, we'll go places like whether it's Boston, New York, San Francisco, wherever it might be. We don't go there to do touristy things. Like we'll do like 1 or 2. But we don't surround our trip on a schedule.
Yeah,
Like,
we wing it.
We wing it
And we eat.
It's like we live there for that
Yeah.
week.
It's way chiller.
And I
I feel
think
like that's the way to do it, though.
and it
is
works out.
definitely the way to do it.
But we were in New York. We went to a Yankee game. And like I said, going to Fenway and Alyssa was there.
Yeah.
I totally remember that. I didn't forget. Alyssa was there with her friend, and I can't remember her name.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
let's
lie.
not put our name on here.
Okay. Anyway, so we went to
hardball.
Yankee game, but sad story. So while we were in New York, with Adam, we were using Lyft everywhere we'd go. And I'm a huge Paul McCartney and Beatle fan. And Paul McCartney last October released a new album. So we were there in September. No, but hold on, hear me out here, all right? Because this is it's all connected. And I follow Paul McCartney on Instagram. He said, "Oh, I'm in New York. I'm having a private show on." Was it Friday? That Friday, but we were leaving on Wednesday. I'm having a private show on Friday. If you use your Lyft app, type in this code, you could win 2 tickets to my private show. And it was like less than 100 people at this show, right? So I was like, all right, Adam, if I enter this code in and we win, I'm going to reroute the flight. Like I can stay. You don't have to stay. Anyway, so I enter the code in. We don't hear anything. We fly back Wednesday. Then
The next day.
Thursday passes, and then Friday morning I wake up and I have work later that night, and I wake up to a text from a family friend said, "Hey Luke, I saw you were in New York. I have 2 tickets to the Paul McCartney private concert. Do you want to go?"
Oh no!
I thought you won it. I thought they hit you up.
No, like my family friend, I guess worked with. Anyway, the concert was 100 people in Grand Central Station, and everyone got to meet Paul McCartney and take pictures with him.
Shit.
So
how shitty did you?
How was meeting him?
I was absolutely devastated. I was like, now I have to get up and go to work on a Friday, get the shit beat out of me. And I was just so depressed. Everyone's like, "Oh, how was the trip?" And I was like, "It was fine up until like 2 hours ago when I got this news." But that's basically how it went. But if anyone's going to New York or Boston, I highly recommend doing an Airbnb.
Oh, yeah,
And
we had a sick Airbnb in
did.
Chinatown.
living there, and
It feels like you lived there, yeah.
it was a great time. That was all around good trip. No
Alyssa's
complaints.
hotel room was pretty shitty. Shout out. Alyssa's standing behind the cameras over here,
Right,
laughing
yeah.
at us.
The hotel room wasn't
I remember
that
she
great.
had texted me as they landed, and she texted me, and she's like, "Hey, I need you to get on the computer and find me a new hotel because I have no service.
Oh,
I'm in like the
yeah.
middle of Times Square, and my hotel looks like a crack house."
Who was drunk? Oh, you two?
Oh, I was
What did I
plastered.
do?
What
Wait,
were we
where?
doing? We were doing something, and we were
Wait,
plastered.
what
and
did
she
you
had,
say? I'm so sorry, I missed it.
Apparently, at the time she called Tyler, you were drunk with Tyler.
yeah, we were.
Where?
I don't remember. We were.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh,
you-
we
you-
were at.
She texted me, and she was like, "We just got to our hotel room, and it's absolutely fucking horrible." And it was just like torn up and
I
stuff.
do remember that
Yeah.
call because
No.
I was like,
Oh, I remember you
oh,
telling
she's
me.
in New York, and he was like, yeah, they're with Luke and Adam. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And
What hotel was
I
it? It
do remember.
was like Queen something. Oh yeah, the Manhattan. At
Was that
Times
the one
Square.
that we were at? Because you
No,
switched.
no.
You took a shit in my room? Yeah.
He did, but yeah.
Yeah, I had to take a load off. All right, come on.
Anyway, was that the first hotel that you had, or
That was the first one.
That's where we stayed.
Yeah.
right? But didn't you check into another hotel?
We switched rooms.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Anyways, where are we going with that? Yeah, that trip was great, and so it just felt like we were living there instead of staying in a hotel room and having room service. 'Cause we
Definitely,
trashed the place.
yeah,
The
definitely the way
pillows
to
kind
go.
of sucked though. Honestly, like those were hard as a rock. My ears
Very
kind of
minuscule
hurt, but
detail that. Doesn't
yeah, I
really
left him a
need to be
note.
said.
But side note, I left my headphones, my Bose headphones, in the Airbnb as we were leaving, and then the host shipped them back to me. Didn't have to pay for shipping. They were super cool. So
If there's one thing that we talked about tonight, I'm glad it was the headphones.
yeah. So
Yeah.
shout out to the Airbnb host. If you're ever in Chinatown, hit me up. I'll give you the referral. Pretty cool people.
I was gonna say, do we have any more questions?
Yeah,
for
I got
Adam?
one more. Just to kind of, I don't know. Let her know here. What I want, like, top embarrassing moment for you.
Oh, we should ask everyone that. Okay.
Yeah,
We'd
I
ask
wanna
Ty.
know- I want to know what.
Top embarrassing moment. I don't know if there's ever been one.
I mean, everything you do is pretty embarrassing. Just give us what.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I could probably think of one.
I think, to divert from where I think you're going with this.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm
not-
not.
yeah, we're
I'm
not-
not going.
Well, other than
going
like,
anywhere.
so I'm gonna say the one we're all thinking. Adam did break his leg, by the way, playing
Okay.
hockey.
Oh God, I forgot all about it already.
So we'll just classify that
Was it
one
in
as an
Vegas?
embarrassing moment. No, it was not in Vegas. So I recently started playing ice hockey from years of playing roller hockey. And on the 3rd of March, I decided it was a great idea.
Wait, hold on. I like how he's got it like time stamped.
Yeah. No, I've told the story so many times that it's like whatever.
March
So-
3rd, D-Day.
Anyways, this was the day after a wedding, and I just decided I had 2 roller games in the morning. I had 1 ice game in the afternoon. Sure, no problem. 3 games is usually like perfect amount for me. You know, young, fit athlete. You got to get out there. You got to get enough time on the ice. Anyways, finished the 3rd game, and you're just getting changed in the locker room. This like huge goalie walks in. He's like, "Hey, anybody want a sub?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" Like I'm down for another one because like on the ice team we have like 12 or 13 guys, so you literally only get to play like 10, 15 minutes. So I was like, "Okay, I'm down for another one. I got enough, enough juice." But then that team only had like 6 or 7 skaters, so I basically skated the entire game up until the point until I broke my leg. But so in the late third period, I decided like with the amount of I was super tired, and with the amount of juice I had left, I went on my last breakaway of the game, shot the puck, and high off the glass probably. I don't remember if I hit the goal. I probably hit the goalie, and then decided I did not want to try and stop myself because I was just so tired. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna hit the ice. So I like laid on the ice, going full speed, and then just crashed straight into the boards. But my right leg hit first, and then got pinched, and then the rest of my body kept going. So I fractured my fibula, and so that's kind of an embarrassing way to go out.
What was the pain level on that?
It actually wasn't that bad. It felt like I just like hyperextended or like severely sprained my ankle. I couldn't walk. I had to be helped off the ice. So the story, since this is kind of embarrassing, the story I tell most people now is that, I was running through the zone and I got hit by a slap shot.
That's
And
fair. I would say that too.
So that's
'Cause
what
the other thing
I
is
tell
really
people.
fucking stupid.
Just to make myself feel a little bit better, but that's kind of what happened.
Boys, this is a big moment for me, real quick. I don't want to turn it on me, but I just hit 10K. This is
live
on air. Hit 10K.
live on the
Finally.
podcast.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Wait, can you do the giveaway right now?
No, giveaways on Sunday.
Yeah. For anyone who's listening that will hear this relatively soon, Tyler's giving away 2 AirPods.
2.
Sets of
Not
AirPods.
just
sets,
one.
You get one ear and another person gets another ear.
So we're giving away 6 because that includes the battery case.
It's basically 11.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
Right. Good math.
That is, yeah, okay. Anyways. So yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I couldn't contain myself. I was over here trying not to.
Anyways, so
That's big. That's huge.
So you broke your leg.
Yeah, so I broke my leg, and we're 5 weeks in recovery now. And next Tuesday, I get my last doctor's checkup, and hopefully, we'll be back on the ice in no time.
Is it weird being older and doing sports?
I wouldn't say I'm
I
that
wasn't
old.
old, though. I used to-
Yeah.
No, like
20.
compared to high school. Like high school, like you're a teenager, you could just run and do whatever you want.
I mean, I think I've always been of the opinion that like I'm never gonna stop playing until I can't. Like I know a lot of people, like for instance, Luke really stopped playing baseball once
All
he
right.
stopped.
It's,
No, I'm not saying in a
Okay,
bad
but
way.
like I
Here's
feel
the
like
thing, it's
baseball's like a
different
hard
sports.
thing to get into as an adult. Like there's not like too
But I
many
think
baseball leagues. There's
there's
more
still-
like
no,
softball.
there's a ton of
I just want to make
leagues.
it. I just want to make it clear. Baseball, yes, as
Hey,
much as I
can you
do,
check the cameras.
I do
Sorry.
enjoy playing baseball. It's
Click
is that one not recording?
Doesn't matter.
Just stop it and
One of them
start
is.
it. Just continue.
Not that I don't stay active. I play basketball 3 times a week, so it's an easier sport to not to say play, but it's an easier sport to pick up, as in pick up basketball. I play either Tuesdays or Thursdays, depending on what it is. Saturday mornings and Monday nights, and it's a ton of fun. Baseball is almost impossible. I think there was one time, Tyler, you were there. We did do a pickup baseball game.
Bro, I almost ripped it out of the park.
Yeah, you skipped school for that because I think you were still in. I think you were
I
senior
was still in
in
high school. I told my mom I was sick. She went to work. I dipped out.
Yeah, because the game was on a Friday at 11, and we got 18 people to go. Absolutely insane now that I think about it. But it's like that's like a one-time thing. And how long ago was that?
That's perfect.
That was-
18 teenagers all at the field at one time.
Yeah, I didn't think I was.
And
invited
it
to
was
this.
like we played legitimately too. It was like we had a pitcher, catcher, all that good stuff, and we
Yeah.
played a full game.
But yeah, full 9 innings of soft toss. It was nice.
great. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm just saying that I'm of the opinion that, out of high school, to answer your question, that I always want to keep playing. There's guys that we play with that are like 40 or 50.
Of course,
60 years
but like
old.
you have to handle yourself differently. Like to a point, like you're gonna get there where you get 30 and you're gonna have to ice, or if you're not icing
Yeah.
already, and
I'm still in the like professional athlete stage where I don't need to be treating myself like a baby, So
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
what
sure,
is
dude.
Yeah.
what is a professional athlete stage?
it's just like being at the
Your leg is
prime-
broken.
The prime time,
your
like,
your fibula is broken down.
yeah. I mean,
It's not
Like
it's broken.
broken.
it's whatever. Guys in the pros break their legs all the time,
Really? How
And-
many injuries has LeBron James had?
I don't.
Honest to God,
got a
one.
zero. He's
One
on
injury
right
this
now.
season.
No, that wasn't an
one
injury. That
injury.
was
It
a lie.
it was-
That was a lie.
No, it
I
wasn't.
know you're a Lakers fan, but that was a lie. That was not real, and you know it.
Can we
It's 'cause
cut
they were
Noah's
fucking
mic?
Shitting
Yes.
themselves.
Okay. Anyways,
Let's cut his mic.
to wrap up, yeah, hockey's just a great sport, and I'll be back at it in a week. So that's what's happening.
Can't wait to see you break
good to
your
hear, yeah.
leg again.
Yeah. So
Yeah, be front
anything
row.
else from you boys?
I don't have anything. You answered all mine.
All right. Perfect.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the second edition of the Shallow Pockets podcast.
Where can they find you, Tyler?
They can find me at Tyler D. Butler. I'm currently doing an AirPods giveaway. Go ahead and head on over to my page, enter it. Adam, where can they find you? Even though your name's plastered behind us.
Yeah, if you just look on the screen right behind us here at Adam11Stein and Adam11Stein.com and Adam at Adam11Stein.com if you're looking to reach me, want to schedule a shoot or something, slide in to the DMs.
If you're looking to snag some of Adam's merch, Adam Levenstein Fan Club. I'm wearing it right now. It is real. If you're looking to follow me at Luke Simon 32.
If you want to listen,
Thank you guys for listening to the
Yeah.
podcast.
So
If you
much.
guys
Yeah, next
don't
time.
know, me and Adam have another podcast we have coming out, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week on Shallow Pockets.
See you later.
Bye.